Hi, this is the weekly horoscope for my Rams for May 1st, 2023. Lots going on this week. Pallas moves into Leo, Juno moves into Gemini, Pluto goes retrograde on Monday, and then Friday we have the lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. Yes, show your love and support to your girl Marie by liking these videos, please, and sharing. And thank you for everyone who has. Really appreciate the love energy. So, my Rams, this is a positive time for change, and you can be receiving good news this week. Pluto goes retrograde, which I'm going to talk about more on the monthly horoscope. This can also be clear, and it's going to be like this weekend. This could also be clarity or problem solving solutions that can be worked through on Monday. You can be throwing yourself into something new. You can be learning something new or updating yourself with the latest and greatest in technology. This is a time for meditation and reflection. You're more able to concentrate and not lose focus at this time. I feel your feelings are easily hurt. I feel for some of you here, because Pluto is going to be in retrograde in your 11th house at this time, certain promises that were made to you. And mind you, hi Latoya. Hey, just being me. Hey ladies. Yay. So at this time, what's going to happen, because Pluto goes retrograde in your 11th house and it's not well aspected, hasn't been well aspected, it brings about a lot of changes. So things that were supposed to happen during this time period, promises that were made at this time, or just certain projects, like if you worked for the movie sets and stuff like that, those can get delayed now as well. So everything can be a process. There could be like new laws, regulations, that kind of thing coming through during this time period. For some of you, this could be dealing with career growth that can come to a halt for right now. You can be overlooked because, it could be like the social hierarchy of things, or they may have promised certain things to other people as well. So you could still be training for certain things, or this could be like when Pluto goes back into Capricorn, in your 10th house direct for a minute in October, then things are going to get better, okay? And then you'll be able to proceed moving forward. So things can start slowing down here with Pluto in retrograde in the 11th house. So just, be calm. It's just the planets. There is a constant struggle between your feelings and your intuition. You can easily deceive yourself at this time. If you are feeling unappreciated, you tend to blame others. You must overcome your insecurities and gain a universal sense of self-love and compassion. You often give your love unwisely or secretively, which can cause scandal. Disappointments in love is often due to karmic debts that you owe, so be careful with that. You can live in fantasy world. You can be getting lit for some of you. You can be lazy for some of you, or you may lack discipline, and you can be and you're not putting your abilities to work at this time. Tuesday, for some of you, the focus is on love at this time, and you're just focusing on it. You're crushing on somebody. You've been crushing on somebody for some of you. It may be hard to concentrate on anything serious now. The object of your affection may not be who you idealize them to be. So the person in your head is not the person in your reality. They may not feel the same way about you too. So be careful with that. Be careful with your intuition and what you're seeing, because what you're seeing is not the reality of the situation, okay? So they could be just really good flirts at this time, and you're just reading too much into the situation, okay? Hold your thoughts to yourself for the time being. Your mental concentration is probably not up to par, and there's a potential that you may have to negotiate an agreement. And I feel like for some of you here, when it comes to negotiations now, you may end up with the short end of the stick with this energy. So make sure you have because your mental guard is down. You may be confused about the direction that your life has taken at this time. Others may urge you to take a chance and do something you wouldn't normally think of doing. So they could be bringing up some opportunities for you, or they could be pointing you in a new direction, and you're just kind of like, But Mercury's in retrograde at this time. So, whatever they're pointing at this time, it doesn't mean that you'll do it. And if you do it, it's super temporary. And then once Mercury goes direct May 14th, you're going to be jumping on to the next thing. Okay, real quick too. You may desire solitude now and feel overwhelmed. You can be bubbly and optimistic for some of you because you are in a routine, and that's what's going to be your saving grace this week, because we have Mars in Cancer. So even though you're going through it emotionally with these energies, and then mind you, we have been dealing with the same energies with Mars in Cancer all through the month of April. So with Hades and Coronas, and we're still dealing with that nasty T square as well. So we're still dealing with not getting along with the neighbors, not getting along with the landlord, property issues, that kind of thing happening since forever. So you can check out those videos as well. But as long as you're in a routine for right now, you should be doing okay, and just focusing on what you can control should be keeping you sane. Then Wednesday, you can be in a leadership position when it comes to work. Others are dependent on you either financially now or for guidance. You can be or they could be moving into your house because they don't got no place to live, or you could be dealing with like a troubled teen or something that you could be taking care of. You can be starting a new project and throwing yourself into something new, or you could be excited about learning something new. There's a balance between your demands and your professional lives and your personal needs, and consequently you feel less stressed. You are more capable of emotional detachment. Therefore, you're able to deal with sensitive issues. You tend to rely on traditions and habits from the past, and your relationships with older people improve. You can be given valuable advice at this time. This is a good time to take care of issues related to real estate or agriculture for some of you. Certain things may no longer apply in your life. You can be going through a purging because some of you have in your first house you have Saturn and Aries. So check out Astro Theme. I like Astro Theme because it has the asteroids in it as well, and it's a little bit more accurate. But Jupiter right now is at 25 degrees. So some of you have Saturn and Aries. So Saturn conjunct with Jupiter, and then Uranus conjunct with Saturn. Those are purgings, okay? So if you have like Saturn and Taurus, for example, Saturn and Taurus is let me see. Uranus is at 18 degrees. So if you have Saturn and Taurus at 18 degrees, you may have noticed that you've been going through a purging and certain things may no longer apply in your life. So during this time period, certain things may no longer apply in your life. Those of you who have Saturn and Taurus in your second house, pay attention to where your natal Saturn is, because it's going to be conjunct with Jupiter in your second house, and you're going to be going through a purging with your finances. And this could be just like getting rid of certain things that cost you money and like tightening up on your budget at this time, or this could be like, you know, you moving because your social status in life is changing for the better kind of thing. So just pay attention to that, because like I said, you know, this period of time here with Pluto in Aquarius next year, this is going to be a lot of turnovers for people who are like 43 and over, okay? So they're not going to struggle financially as much with these energies that are coming in, okay? So that's why it's important to check your natal chart. So you're going to be going through a lot of changes during this week, and then into the month of May, and then until like I think late in May 20 something, when Jupiter goes into Taurus. And then those of you who have Saturn in your second house, you'll be going through that, or you may have your Jupiter return, which is really awesome because that's growth with finances. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, so sorry. So this is significant changes that are coming into your life that may make you more independent from something or someone, or may even make you want to be more relying on yourself and more self-reliant at this time, because you don't want to rely on certain people or things anymore. On Thursday, this is a time when you and your mate are not likely to see eye to eye, or other people in your life you could be butting heads with and not really in agreement with at this time. And this could be baby mama, baby daddy drama as well. Arguments can result. You can be invested in family drama. You can be more in communications with family that live outside the home. You can be reconnecting with family that you had a falling out with. You can be very aggressive towards others, especially when you're not getting your way with certain situations, or other people are are pooping on your ideas, and you could feel like other people are not listening to you or not giving you an opportunity to show what you can do at this time. So you could be kicking boxes and freaking out. You can also be quiet into yourself and then ready to explode at any given moment. Okay. Or this is dealing with like work or certain groups or organizations at this time. You can be having some serious power struggles with other people at this time. You can also be fighting with people on the internet. Those of you who are on social media, this may not be the time for you to express yourself, because you could find yourself defending yourself or like offended by what other people say. So you may want to turn off the comment bar and not listen to the people's comments, because you could find yourself fighting with them a little bit more than usual at this time. Okay. Then on May 5th at 1:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is going to be intense, is going to be in your 8th house, change, period. Okay. Endings and new beginnings, so love relationships can suffer at this time. Depends what's going on in your natal chart. Again, check your natal chart, because you're going to have a stellium here. So some of you may have a stellium here, and with that full moon energy, you can be accident prone. You can be dealing with health issues during this time period. You can be taking care of yourself. You can be working on this self. This is a beautiful time period to delve into your voodoo, your juju, your santeria at this time, your isms. Okay, and delve into that. I feel like you not the best time for money matters. Alrighty, so you could have lessons with money. Be careful with financial arrangements that you make with other people at this time, because you're not going to see that money back. For some of you, you can be fighting about that money and trying to get that money back from certain people and realizing, oh damn, I ain't going to get my money back. And getting really pissed off at certain people. For others of you, be careful with online businesses. You can be dealing with chargebacks at this time. You can have lessons with money. You can get scammed out of your money at this time. Be careful with the internet and like computer hackers and like social media stealing your identity or what have you. Yeah, so like all that stuff can happen during this time period. Unexpected expenditures can be coming up as well, because people around you, for example, God forbid, you got teenage kids that have car insurance under your name. They can get into a car accident, God forbid, and they're still like in your insurance, so your insurance can go up at this time. Or it could be a situation where your partner could, God forbid, lose their job, or they could be like laborers, and their job could be seasonal, so their contract can like end at this time with this energy, and they could be looking for another job, okay, while they're waiting. So it could be like certain situations like that. So I feel also for some of you here, this could be a time of starting over in your life, okay, because we have the South Node as well in your 8th house. So this could be like starting over in certain areas of your life. Relationships could be going through some major changes. So try to be adaptable, try to be flexible and understanding. I know that's easier said than damn done, but try, okay, because they can be going through significant changes at this time as well. For others of you, you can be dealing with separation or loss at this time with this energy. Yeah, so there's like a lot of energy here that you could be dealing with during this time period. You may not be getting along with the women in your life. You may not be getting along with your children. You could be butting heads with them and wanting to kill them. Don't kill them, okay? You could be fighting with your children, and they could be stressing you the hell out at this time, and you feel like they're like little ungrateful little brats at this time, okay? Because you need a certain amount of loyalty, and this could be like issues with control at this time. For others of you, this could be issues with mother at this time, and you expecting a certain amount of loyalty with mother. You could be fighting with mother during this time period as well. You could also have falling out with mother. Now remember, you have that T-square happening with your 4th house, so this could also be a move happening because of family with this energy and looking for other arrangements, okay? So just be on the right side of the law during this time period as well. Alrighty, let me see what the cards have to say. So the first card I come up with is the 6 of Coins. For some of you, you're very giving with this energy. Duh. You can be reconnecting with other people from your life because they're going through their drama. And of course, you're going to be invested in their drama because they're family. The Page of Coins, the mind on the money and the money on the mind. For some of you, this could be dealing with investment opportunities coming up. So I would be careful with that. Do your research or let the other person like make money and see if they make money, because they may not make money and there could be like some kind of pyramid scheme going on with that issue. So be careful with your giving energy when it comes to investment opportunities or business partnerships that come up at this time, just because you have too many planets in Scorpio at this time with these energies. So, it may not be in your best interest, but it would be in your best interest to like do your research or just watch them go through it and see what happens. The Hierophant card deals with groups and organizations at this time as well. I do feel like prayers are going to be answered this week with this energy. So again, a great time to get your juju, your voodoo, and your santeria on at this time, and the power of prayer with this energy. So there's a beautiful time for that. The High Priestess card, a time for introspection, okay, and reevaluation. So for some of you, because of the stellium, again, you're going to be going through it emotionally, and it doesn't help that like your planets are not really very well aspected at this time. This is a time of reevaluation and thinking about changes that you want to make at this time with your career path, with your relationships during this time period. So for some of you, certain things can be up in the air at this time. Okay, so you may not do anything about it yet because one, Mercury's in retrograde, and then two, Pluto's in retrograde on Monday. So you could be sitting on your hands about it. For others of you, you can be more interested in learning about spirituality or delving into the occult or having esoteric knowledge at this time and learning about that kind of stuff with this energy, witchcraft, all that good stuff. The Two of Wands, this is a time of moving forward with this energy as well for some of you. For others of you, you can be very inventive, but again, you're not so quick to take risk, and you're not so quick to share your information at this time. This is more of a thought than an action, okay? So whatever's happening here, I feel like something is progressing and it's moving, but at the same time, you could be changing your mind. You can be reevaluating your career direction. Maybe you have a bunch of planets in Libra and you got what you wanted and now you don't want it no more. And especially you have Pluto in Libra, because Pluto in Libra does that. Once I get what I want, I don't want it no more. And it's like, wow, okay. So for some of you, you may not see certain situations all the way through. The Temperance card, you're more about your sanity here. With this energy, you can be using this time period to also work on yourself with this energy here, and you could be just focusing on you at this time, or quitting bad habits, delving into self-care, or investing more into your spirituality. Yeah, you're more about your sanity. I feel like with the twos here, you're very quiet. This is Saturn energy. You're very quiet into yourself. With Pluto going retrograde on Monday, you can be going into hermit mode, okay? And you can be like not about your social life, and you can be more about securing your bag at this time with this energy, and just more focus on you and what you want to do at this time. So you're probably not even trying to have it with the friends for some of you, okay? For others of you, you can be more invested in your family and what's going on with family, and getting involved in family drama with this energy as well. The Seven of Cups, I see thoughts of future coming up. For others of you, you can be more about your fantasy life. You can be very creative, and you can be very much in your head about things that you want to do at this time. But so again, these are more thoughts than action with this energy. That's the problem with Aquarius, and I think it's that Pluto and retrograde energy now that's kicking in. You're talking a lot about future, but now that Pluto's in retrograde in Aquarius, you don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to take those ideas and make them into reality for some reason. You're just sitting on your hands. It could be a money thing. It could be a greater risk. You may feel like you need to relocate to a different country in order to do it. The Emperor card, yeah, you're more about self-control at this time. I feel like you're not making, for some of you, you could be thinking about quitting your job. You may even put a threat out there to see what they will do. And I feel like you could be sitting on the fence about what you want to do at this time when it comes to career, okay? And you're not so quick to jump into anything new during this time period. The Five of Wands, I feel for some of you, this could be on-the-job training. You could be curious about certain subjects with this energy as well. With this, I feel like there could be opportunities for growth, but it's going to take a while. It's going to be a process, okay? Rome was not built in a day. But at the same time, you may be thinking about it because maybe it's too much work for you. And then on top of that, your own responsibilities with work. work. So you're not sure if you want to do it. I feel that for some of you here, I see a reconciliation that can bring psychic healing to you. So this could be beautiful energy for that, or even sexual healing, I'm hearing. For others of you, you can be psychic healers as well, or certain conversations that you finally do have with other people that you've been trying to avoid could be really gratifying for you on an emotional level and really healing for you, okay? The Seven of Coins, something heavy on your mind. So like I said, it's more of a fantasy. You're wishing it into your life and you're not doing anything about it. You're just sitting on your hands about it. The Knight of Wands, I feel this is new beginnings and new people coming into your life with this energy, if you will have them. The Eight of Cups, I feel like you're over certain situations and you're just ready to walk away from certain situations and people, okay? But you're not ready to leave the situation just yet. I really do feel like you're sitting on your hands about a lot of things. I feel like this is more of a time for some of you, you've been grieving about something. This is more of a time of healing. Psychic healing, emotional healing, just healing, okay? So Pluto in retrograde, you could be getting out of a funk. You could be getting out of grieving if you've been grieving. If you've been having really like a difficult time with the Pluto direct energy and all the changes we've been going through with the South Node, you know, people leaving your life at this time, you know, you could be, now it's time to heal. And you could be getting out of that grieving state at this time and starting to like walk around. You know, it's summertime, so the sun could be doing a lot of good for you during this time period. Those of you who have it. The Nine of Swords, I see depression. Yeah. And I feel like for some of you, you can be too much about your reality at this time. So be careful with that because you got all those planets in your second house in Taurus, making you more of a pessimist and a realist. So you have to touch it, see it in order to believe it at this time. The Knight of Cups, blessings onto the universe for you as well. For some of you, trust your intuition. You could be at the right place at the right time. For some of you, this could be new love happening. The Judgment card, for some of you, something life transforming can be happening. For others of you, this could be a pregnancy happening. For others of you, this could be a great time for business picking up with this energy, okay? For others of you, I feel like this is going to be a time where you have something heavy on your mind. But at the same time, trust your intuition. I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. You can be spending